Another must-see game.
Yeah.
For Week 14 in the 1 o'clock window. This one originally was going to be at 4:25 Eastern. It got flexed out. But you know what?
Yeah, maybe they
Still
should have
pretty
thought
good
about
game.
that. Yeah, right.
Yeah. Now, Bears-Packers, we're going to talk about it later. That's the game that took the spot on Fox
Okay.
at 4:25. It was going to be Tom Brady's first time back in Buffalo as a broadcaster, and maybe some interesting things would have been flying up into the over the plexiglass.
What
and
interesting
into the
things are you
booth,
referring to? I don't understand. Tell me.
Just, I don't know, certain devices. Certain devices that
like
Bills
batteries?
fans have
iPods? iPads?
have a history.
What are you talking about?
Have a history.
Oh.
Have a history of throwing onto the field with his name on them. That's just what they do. That's their thing. When that whole thing started this summer, it's like, this has been going on for a while, folks. The Bills started doing it every time Tom Brady came to town. Anyway, he won't be there. He'll be at Lambeau Field. Bengals at Bills. Bengals are 4-8, and they had that big win on Thanksgiving night on NBC and Peacock. Bills at 8-4 after beating the Steelers. The Bills are favored by 5.5 with an over-under of 53.5. The Bengals' playoff chances are currently 4%. If they lose, it goes down to 1%. Their only chance is to pull the inside straight and slip past the Ravens and the Steelers. And they're still alive. They still can do it.
Right.
And we saw them go up there and win in the playoffs 27-10 a couple of weeks ago. This is not an impossibility. And the Bengals clearly have a different swagger and a different vibe with Joe Burrow. Is that enough to pull off the upset?
No question.
As 5.5-point underdogs.
No, they have a different vibe, right? I had Orlando Brown Jr. on my pod this week a little bit, and he just, when Shiesty's in the lineup, we all believe. The whole locker room believes, right? That's what he's calling Joe Burrow, Joe Shiesty. So, yeah, that is certainly a real factor. And I know you mentioned it, right? I mean, whether it's the, DeMar Hamlin game, right, that looked like, whoa, Cincinnati's got some stuff going here in that game. And then, yes, the playoff game the year before that, Cincinnati handled Buffalo in Buffalo. They match up well with Buffalo. And why I say that is because, first off, the Buffalo Bills can't play man-to-man, right? That's not what their bread and butter is. And if T. Higgins and Jamar Chase are in there, that's a big issue, right? So, okay, wait, now we have to play zone. And unfortunately, hey, the Bills are a really great zone team. You know that. I love McDermott's game planning and stuff like that. But against a guy like Joe Shiesty and Joe Burrow and that group, they have a system, and he works that system to perfection. And we know if you play zone against Joe Burrow too much, he's just going to manipulate you and dink and dunk and boom and 5 yards here, 8 yards here, 5 yards here. Oh, you're getting sick of that? Oh, double move Jamar Chase 70 yards over the top. So that's what's scary for Buffalo in this one. And then within that, they worry about the pass game so much that we've seen the Bengals be able to run the ball on Buffalo because they know they're outmatched in the pass game. So I think that's one big thing you have to be able to look at. But I don't know if I feel like the Bengals are quite good enough to win a shootout type of game or good enough on defense yet for me to sit here and say, yeah, they're going to stop Josh Allen and James Cook. And even though the passing game isn't like awesome, it's still good enough against a Bengals defense that's not real special in that department. If Burrow had been playing a few weeks, I might have picked him, but I can't do it with Buffalo being at home. I'm going to take the Bills 28-24.
Here's what's surprising to me. I'm looking at the Bengals injuries, and the big name is T. Higgins. He had the concussion against the Patriots. It was too quick to turn around by Thursday night, but now it's going to be 2 weeks removed. He was limited in practice on Wednesday. There are like 5 different clearances you have to pass before you can return to action. If he's on the field, as you said, that's going to be huge. Joe Burrow's name is not on the report. That means he's not even getting treatment on the toe at this point. Right. He's back. He's fine. And he had extra time after their last game. And they're motivated. They're driven. He was emotional after winning that game on Thanksgiving night. They're in the same boat they were in last year, where they got to go pedal to the metal and just hope that it all works out. And maybe it will, maybe it won't. But what they can control is each and every game. I think the Bengals win this one. The score that I selected, let's see what I pulled out of my rear end here, 30-27. The Bengals win the game. I don't feel strongly about it. I mean, I don't think they lose by 5.5, but who knows? I think it's a toss-up game. And the Bills are just one of those teams where they're hard to trust. They're hard to trust. Like what we saw last week in Pittsburgh. Yeah. I don't know that we duplicate that this weekend. And we know the Bengals have the history going up there and winning, and they feel like they have a little more pop right now. So I'm going to roll the dice on the Bengals winning the game.
Oh. Yo. Thanks for watching, homies. We are now in the NFL season here on Chris Simms Unbuttoned.
Hit subscribe to get our weekly picks, game recaps, film deep dives, and much, much more.
Thanks again for watching. Subscribe, rate, review. Peace out. You know where to find us.